What's up guys, this is Rise and welcome to another video. I am going to be showcasing Gyarados in the Premier Cup today. Interesting Pokemon that has a great matchup against probably the most popular Pokemon in the Premier Cup, that is Metagross. You see two Metagross going at it right here. We had a great lead, a Smackdown Rhyperior against a Metagross. That's actually a great lead for us because we resist that charge move and it's so slow. We went for the Earthquake straight away to draw a shield since we had an energy advantage, and we were either going to one-shot the Metagross or draw a shield. Then we switch into our Gyarados, and the reason that we did that is because Gyarados can eat the charge move no problem, and we're going to get to a crunch. So either Metagross will have to commit both shields here, or we will still retain switch advantage. They decide to let it go, and Smackdown Rhyperior would have had a great matchup against Gyarados anyway. We are definitely going to come in here with Metagross. They swap immediately into Gyarados. Probably should have swapped right away. Kind of dumb on my part. But maybe I was just farming some energy. I think I should have definitely swapped earlier there. But this is actually a favorable matchup for Dragonite. Dragon Breaths will do super effective against us, but they don't get stab for Gyarados. And you see our Dragon Breaths are actually probably doing a little bit more. I don't bother shielding this because we can just one bullet punch Gyarados down, and Dragonite's going to do nothing against this Smackdown Rhyperior anyway. Just going to go straight Meteor Mash, pretty straightforward from here. This will get the last shield. And at this point, we have two shields that we're going to use no matter what they throw at us. Probably just the Surf. No point in going for the heavy hitting move because you just want to use the less energy efficient or less energy requirement move. Now we go for this Meteor Mash. This will hit for super effective. Meteor Mash, of course, a super powerful move, and this is more than enough to take out the Rhyperior. Good games. In game number 1, I got the idea for this team from Jersey2 PvP. He's a fellow content creator. I'll link his channel in the description, so go check him out. Awesome dude and awesome battler. I saw him post a video about this team, so I'm like, you know what, I'll try this team out with Gyarados, and it worked for me. And then I saw a lot of people kind of running this team. We run into an Excadrill here. This is terrible for Metagross. We swapped into our Dragonite, but honestly, we should have gone into Gyarados because we probably could have got like 2 waterfalls through, and Gyarados is not much safer swap because now our Dragonite just gets walled. But we do land the Hurricane, which is great. Hurricane at least allows us to do a lot of damage to that Togekiss. Now we can probably bullet punch it down before it even gets to a charge move. That's great. I was trying to get to an Earthquake here, and yeah, I think I definitely should have shielded this drill run. I thought maybe he'd bait me with like a Rock Slide, but why would you do it at that point? It was a really dumb no shield. At least we're able to waterfall down, but unfortunately he has a Snorlax in the back, and even though we have such a big energy advantage, Snorlax just is so much tankier than Gyarados that it can take like 2, maybe even 3 crunches from us. Well, probably two crunches plus the waterfalls. These waterfalls are chunking away, but it's gonna outpace us as well, as you see. So we would need to land like 2 crunches at this point, and he still has 1 shield. So we're not looking great. I double up on the crunches here, but as you'll see, he shields the first, and at like half health, a crunch wouldn't even be enough to take out Snorlax anyway. Our only play was to try and get to the Outrage, and even the Outrage I don't think would have taken out half health. So Snorlax definitely has the favorable matchup against Gyarados, and we lose that one. Nice Excadrill Spice pick. Excadrill, if I had a good IV one, like a perfect IV or close to it, I would definitely run it. But I think the best Excadrill I have like isn't even 3 stars, so definitely not something you want to invest a ton in if it doesn't have the best IVs. Magnezone is definitely an annoying lead. What I like to do though is switch into Dragonite, which is risky if they have like a Togekiss in the back. But and the reason I'm going for the Dragon Claw straight away instead of building up extra energy and waiting for him to potentially debuff himself is because I want to throw a charge move right away, and that way the switch clock is kind of in my favor. He does throw the Wild Charge, and I'm expecting this to be a mirror shot, so I don't shield. because you don't want to go for, a lot of people don't want to go for that super hard hitting move like when their opponent has very little health. So yeah, I actually am able to retake switch advantage, and that totally flips this game after not a great lead against Magnezone. Unless like you call a mirror shot bait and you like land meteor mash baits, you're not going to be able to beat Magnezone with Metagross. You have to like bait with meteor mash, and they have to bait with mirror shot in order for you to win. Or not, they have to not bait with mirror shot in order for you to win. Okay. We're in a bit of a tricky spot here because we don't have a great response for Machamp, and Gyarados is our better response for it, but we need to keep that crunch on Gyarados for the Metagross. So we're just gonna kind of sack our Metagross, and I'm really hoping he doesn't shield this. Unfortunate for us, he doesn't. If he shielded that, we would have been in a tricky spot because we probably would have had to use our energy on the Machamp, and then maybe we would have been okay because we probably could have just waterfall down. So I don't think it made a huge difference in the outcome, but I think if he shielded the Machamp, he would have it would have been closer at least. Yeah, because we were like still one waterfall away from the outrage. It would have been really close if he shielded the Machamp. Going up against Ludwig now. Amazing lead against Mamoswine. Hopefully we can keep this. He goes into Gyarados, so I go into Dragonite. And this isn't like a hard counter for Gyarados by any means, but we don't want Dragonite matched up with Mamoswine with shields down because one avalanche will KO us. And I think I might make a mistake here. I let this go, and he actually goes for the outrage and KOs me. So not good at all. Not good one bit. Going for the Meteor Mash straight away. This way we won't have to eat a crunch. I don't want to have to waste a shield that I don't need to. What's he going to come in with? A Swampert. Okay. So this is not good, but we actually have some play. I was trying to time a swap there, but because I don't get it, I am actually going to go for this Earthquake. We get the shield, and I'm saving my shields for Gyarados because Gyarados has a great matchup against both of his Pokemon in the back. Waterfalls are going to deal super effective because of that ground typing of Mamoswine. And then we're able to farm up a ton of energy. So we have almost double crunches ready to go. Draw a shield there. I'm hoping this isn't a Sludge Wave. A Sludge Wave would do a lot. Just the Hydro Cannon. So now I'm assuming he's probably just running Hydro Cannon and Earthquake. I do shield though, just in case. Just the Hydro Cannon. Now he's pretty low on energy, so we just play it safe and we go for the Outrage. A Crunch might have been enough to KO from there, but we don't risk it because we already had an opportunity for the Biscuit. And yeah, we take another win. Let's head to the next one. I saw Tho Technical on stream, one of the best players in the world, first legendary rank on Sylph. He's running a very similar team to this, just with Magnezone in the lead instead. So we see another Magnezone, so we're going to switch into our Dragonite. Again, it's risky if they have like a hard counter. I decide to shield the Wild Charge, and then he goes into his own Metagross. So we're not in a great situation. We're down a shield, and yeah, we're not in a good matchup here. We're locked against the Metagross. I was hoping maybe I could make him think I was going for like a Draco or a Hurricane, but he doesn't fall for it, so we just go 2 Dragon Claws. That way we chip away this Metagross. Come in here with Gyarados. I'm just going to commit to fully waterfalling down, even though I'm going to have to eat a Meteor Mash. That's perfectly fine. I'll have energy ready to go on the Magnezone. And it's really going to come down to what he has in back. We're going to go for this Crunch against the Magnezone. Go into Metagross, and this is tough. Magnezone is definitely a problem for this team, and he has a Snorlax in back. So this is pretty much over. Snorlax has a favorable matchup against Metagross because those licks do so much. I decided to use a shield here because he could potentially go for Earthquake, and he did, so we correctly shielded the Earthquake. That's great. And here, I don't know if it would have mattered. Maybe I should have gone for my own Earthquake. I was hoping, I thought my only play would have been to like, yeah, and he gets another charge. So, man, maybe if I got to my own Earthquake, it would have changed the outcome. I don't know. Because if I got to my own Earthquake and I farmed down, maybe I could have got to another Earthquake with Metagross. Who knows? But yeah, he takes out our Gyarados with Wild Charge. We have enough for a Meteor Mash, but unfortunately, it's not enough to take out Metagross, even though it was debuffed. Meteor Mash is double resisted because of that Steel and Electric typing. So we go 3-2 that set. This set is a little bit better, and we have one pretty amazing play in here that I hope you guys stay tuned for. We're going up against Ride. Oh, actually, I think we air out of this one. It's all good, though. This is going to be a 4-1 set, so some pretty nice plays within here. Anytime you can go 4-1, any ranking, especially in like the 2700s, I'm happy with that. I've been fluctuating between like the 2800s and the 2700s, trying to just slowly but surely get to that rank 10 goal. Okay, this is a bad lead against Garchomp. So I switch into Gyarados, and he switches into Magnezone. So this is hard counter city. We don't have a chance, right? We don't have a shot, right? Well, stay tuned. We might actually surprise you. Haha. Go for the crunch. Draw a shield, which is great. And at this point, he's either going to debuff himself with Wild Charge, or he's not going to take me out with Mirror Shot. So I don't shield. And we could actually get to another crunch, so he has to use another Mirror Shot. Now he's probably fairly low on energy. At least he doesn't have that much energy. And we're going to come in here with Dragonite. Debatable decision. I do shield this because I think he's probably not going to bait being as low as he is. Then I can Dragon Breath down. He comes in with his own Metagross. So I swap into Metagross. I get a couple Bullet Punches, which is great. I'm banking on the fact that this is a Sand Tomb. Excuse me, it is a Sand Tomb. And Meteor Mash will really do a lot of damage against Garchomp. So he has to shield. Face some lag, which is unfortunate. Again, I'm just going to bank on the fact that this is a Sand Tomb and it's not going to take me out. It is a Sand Tomb. Can we get to this Meteor Mash? We do. And this is huge. This will take out the Garchomp, and then it's going to be all up to Dragonite to take out a Metagross with up a shield and up a lot of energy. So we need to get to a Hurricane and a Dragon Claw to have a chance. Even that, it's going to be really close to see if it's enough, because both are going to be resisted. Hurricane come in. This does quite a bit of damage because it's such a hard-hitting move. Takes out a good chunk of health. We need to get to this Dragon Claw first. We get there. Is this going to be enough to take out Metagross? Let's see. It just barely is. Might have been like one Dragon Breath that took it out afterwards. But yeah, we overcome a bad lead and a bad swap. Metagross versus Garchomp, then Gyarados versus Magnezone, and we're able to somehow come back and win that game. Those are always the best. I've been on the flip side though. In Premier Cup, I've been on the flip side where I've gotten some really good leads, and unfortunately they have like a Magnezone in back, and then it just like one-shots my Gyarados or something. Okay, good lead. Metagross versus Dragonite. I like this one. Everything that he throws at us is going to be resisted. We build up a little extra because sometimes they like to make a sack swap with their on the Meteor Mash. We draw a shield, which is great. I risk no shielding here. He could have hit me with like a Draco, but just a Dragon Claw. Then he switches into Snorlax, so we just switch into Dragonite. And I think you guys will see this matchup again once. Pretty straightforward. It's very neutral, of course, but Dragonite wins just because it's so powerful. Dragon Breath damage just does so much, and the body slams really don't do much. You do have to be careful of the Outrage, though. Some people will run Outrage on their Snorlax, and if you are running a safe swap Snorlax, Outrage might be the way to go. I like running Earthquake personally, because like if you come down to situations where it's like Snorlax versus Metagross, you really want that Earthquake. He comes back in with Dragonite, farms us down. I go straight away for this Meteor Mash. This will likely force his second shield. He might try and completely Dragon Breath us down, which isn't ideal. Oh, we were right there at the Meteor Mash. Unfortunately, it doesn't go through. I shield this in case he goes for some hard-hitting like Hurricane or something. Just a Dragon Claw. And he has enough for 2, so I let this one go through because we don't know what's in back, and we want to save a shield for that. Dragon Breath chunks away, or Claw chunks away, but doesn't do a ton, and it's a Metagross in back. So we're in a pretty good position here. Since we have a shield, Crunch will do quite a bit, and from this point we can just shield once and Waterfall down. Unless he had like a Psychic Metagross, there wasn't much play left for him, so he leaves the match. GG. Going to the next one. I got the squad labeled Prem, like the Premier League, and any of you guys follow soccer or football overseas. We've got a lot of overseas viewers. I think about a quarter of our viewers on this channel are from here in the US. Oh, amazing lead. Oh, and this is an awesome game. So we got an amazing lead against the Glaceon. Anything that Glaceon throws at Metagross is going to be resisted. I let them hit us with a Rock Slide, and then I go for this Dragon Claw, so he's either going to have to commit a shield or let his Machamp go. He commits a shield. I tried to get to that Dragon Claw before he threw. I know this is just a cross chop most likely, but I have to shield it anyway. And I actually undercharged this because I didn't want to let the Glaceon farm me down too much. But check this out. He actually decides, if I remember this right, yeah, he comes in with Magnezone. And we don't have a very good answer for Magnezone, so check out the crazy play I make here. I come in with Metagross, and I'm thinking he's... I make a sack swap immediately, and I completely, I completely just one-shot sacrifice my Gyarados. I'm going for the Meteor Mash, hoping to grab a shield here. I do. I thought he would shield because Magnezone is his best response. And at this point, I know my win condition is... I still have a shield. I know my win condition is I need to leave this matchup and get to a Earthquake before the Magnezone can take us out. I don't want to risk getting hit by another thing and then getting like sparked down or something. So I go for the Meteor Mash after I capped out on energy. I know this is probably a Mirror Shot bait, but I can't risk it. So I go for the shield, just hoping he doesn't have a Wild Charge ready, and I get to the Earthquake, and double super effective Earthquake will definitely be enough to one-shot this Magnezone. We were in a tough spot. We won the lead, but he had a Pokemon in back that was really tough for us to deal with, but we dealt with it, and we Earthquaked that Magnezone. Get one-shot Magnezone. Take that, my guy. Going into the next one against Darwin. Charles Darwin. Conkeldurr. A best buddy Conkeldurr. Okay. Not a great matchup for our Metagross. This is a matchup I should probably like study more if I had a better like win condition. But I thought he'd probably get to Dynamic Punch like the same time as us-ish. So I decided I'm just gonna kind of sack my Metagross and take the shield advantage. I don't know, if Metagross outpaces Conkeldurr, I probably should have stayed in. And I know Conkeldurr has access to Stone Edge, so I do shield this. And it is correctly shielded, it's a Stone Edge. He goes into Gyarados, so I go into Dragonite. Dragon Breath Gyarados is gonna beat the 1v1 against the mirror match against Waterfall Gyarados. I knew that was just a crunch, so I don't shield. Dragon Claw coming through. So we'll chunk away. I'm hoping we can take it out, but unfortunately that Gyarados takes us out and it has a charge move. I know it's probably just a crunch and I really need to save a shield for like a Stone Edge or whatever he has in back. So not in a great situation now. He comes in with Metagross. I throw the crunch right away. perhaps should have over-farmed more so I could have like a crunch ready to go on this Conkeldurr. Who knows, but I don't think there was much of a win condition just because he had such a health and Pokemon advantage. Had to shield the Dynamic Punch, but the only win condition was getting to 2 crunches here, and unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do that. Yeah, so I don't think there was any really sort of play in that last match. Maybe I could have played the lead differently and won switch advantage. Who knows? Waiting for the next one. I think we have 1 game left. Tomorrow, if everything goes to plan and my microphone works, I've been having issues with this mic, but I think it's working right now. It's been giving this annoying feedback, and like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So if my microphone works, I'll be streaming a draft cup on Twitch tomorrow. So make sure to go follow me there. We're gonna stream the draft process and everything. Tournament following right after. Okay, we won the lead, and yeah, I think this is the second time we've seen that sequence. Metagross versus Dragonite, swap into Snorlax. We switch into our own Dragonite. And this is once again a good matchup for us. We know we can win this in every even shielding scenario. I usually hope they commit a shield just because I think even if they do, we can still win it without committing one. We overfarm a little bit, but I'm not going to get too greedy. And I assume, yeah, the Dragonite will just come in and Dragon Breath us down. That's fine. We've got our Metagross, and they have their own Metagross. So this is kind of the classic team comp that you see, and it's something that this team is really good against. Dragonite, Snorlax, Metagross in the back. We've got counters for all of them. And even if they're not like hard counters, they win the matchup, and that's all you need sometimes. He doesn't shield the crunch, so arguably I should have farmed or undercharged the crunch. But it doesn't really matter. He gets to this Dragon Claw. I know I can survive a Dragon Claw, so I didn't shield. I'm going to save my shield for Metagross. I get off this crunch to draw a shield. I swap to avoid being farmed down. And at this point, it's pretty much GG's. He's not going to be able to get to like a Dragon Claw and a Draco. I let this one go. A little risky. He could have hit me with something hard hitting, but I didn't think he had a ton of energy. And at this point, he realized it's over. We still have a shield. So he leaves the match. So with that, Premier Cup's been fun. It's been, once again, a roller coaster. On average, I'm going above 500, but it's really been up and down. I got to the 2800s a few videos ago, as you saw a few days ago, and now I'm back into the 2700s. I think like 2772 you'll see as this footage shows my score go up a bit. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you know every time I post, and you can watch the videos. That'd be awesome. Yes, 2772. Hopefully we can keep this up and reach our goal of rank 10 this season. I'd be super happy just by reaching rank 10 at some point. Even if it comes down to the last week, that'd be pretty intense. But without further ado, thank y'all for watching. I've got a cool Spice video coming in the next one. You're gonna see a really cool Spice pick sent in by one of you guys in the Premier Cup, so I'm looking forward to doing that one. And that said, thank you for watching once again, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.